We're here with Skunk after a doubleheader sweep against Texas A&M Texarkana. I mean, after that first game, I mean, you got Hunter kind of ran into trouble a little bit early on, but kind of settled down. Talk about Hunter's start. He was pitcher of the week recently. I mean, you can't say much about. You can't say enough about his performance.
So old Hunter Mesh, we call him Smoke. I never was worried about Smoke today whatsoever. He ran into some problems and some trouble here and there, but for the most part, he's a mainstay on our staff. He's been here, I feel like, forever. I don't worry about Smoke that often. And then he got through the 6th inning, and we debated on whether we were going to go get him. I had a conversation with a couple guys about it, and then we decided to run him back out there, and he finished the job.
Yeah, and then in the 6th inning, I mean, he ran into it he ran into a bases loaded jam, nobody out. I mean, was there ever any debate about taking him out at that spot? Because he was able to just buckle down, struck out a batter, got a foul pop to Brent, and then struck out the last batter. I mean, was there any kind of debate whether to take him out or not?
Again, for me with Smoke, he's earned every bit to go out there and either win it or lose it. The good thing about him is his maturity. He's always had some maturity about him, even when he was younger. But now that he's gotten to be where he needs to be, it's been really, really good. But I would say we had a conversation about how long we were going to leave him in, and then that was about as far as it went.
And then speaking of pitching in Game 1, I mentioned Smoke. I mean, Game 2, Jacob Norman ran into a little bit of problems in the first inning, but Bryce Austin came in and he was lights out. He didn't allow a run and was able and just shut the door, and only allowed a couple of hits too. So you have to be obviously pleased with his effort.
Absolutely. So first off, Jacob Norman has been with us for a long, long time, and his stuff hasn't been as good as he wants it to. He's been working his butt off, and for whatever reason, it's not falling his way, but it's not from a lack of effort. Jacob went out there like he always does and does his thing, and it's not uncommon for Jacob to go bases loaded, nobody out, but he wasn't feeling something and it wasn't right. So we went with Bryce Austin, and Bryce Austin went out there in a really, really difficult situation and did exactly what you said, a very mature move, and he slammed the door. And when he came back into the dugout, I walked through the dugout and I told the guys, I said, you just won that game after he did what he did. And we were still down 3, and then we scored 3, and then we kind of tinkered around with it here and there, and then we opened it up towards the end. And Bryce, I don't even think I said another word to him the whole entire time that he was out there.
Yeah,
it was so good.
I mean, then after using quite a few pitches in Game 2 yesterday, you only pitched 3 today, so that's got to be a nice feeling.
So our staff is starting to figure out who's who amongst the staff at the beginning, or at the top, I should say. We got a lot of guys that we're still trying to figure out where they fit, because you can't take everybody to the conference tournament. So depending on where we're at and who's coming and what their roles are, depend on whether they decide they make the trip with us to the conference tournament.
And then you had a number of people who just had monster days at the plate. I mean, Peanut got his first LSUA home run. I mean, maybe the wind kind of carried that one out. We were trying to debate in the press box or on the table if that was kind of wind aided, or if he just got all of that one.
Well, for a day like today, it's you get into April and May, and the wind starts to blow out a little bit more, and down that left field line from the foul pole to the first light pole is almost like a draft alley. Like the ball, when you get it up into that wind out that way, all you gotta do is hit it pretty good, and it may carry on out of there. The pitch that Peanut got was it seemed like it was up and in, and he just kind of hit it where it was pitched, and ended up sending it up high enough. And if you hit it high enough here, down that alley, it'll get out. So congratulations to old Peanut on that one.
Yeah, and then not just him. He had a nice performance both games, but you had other guys step up too. I mean, obviously Alex and Jordan, the main guys, but and then obviously Lewis too. But then Julian played really well. I mentioned Cameron Daigle. I mean, it seems like an all-around team effort today.
It was good to see a bunch of guys swing the bats like they know. Like Larson got him a home run. Arinchuk hit a ball that was probably 450 feet in center field. You don't get to see that ball hit like that every day. Lewis got him one. Jordan had a bunch of doubles, I feel like, and then he had a couple of them that fell for him. Kleberg hit the ball really hard. Baker had been struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season or beginning of the series, and he stepped it up towards the end. He started to feel better, which was good. Good all around. We stole some bases. We put some pressure on them. We laid down some bunts to get some things going, and then the bats kind of took over after that. So that was pretty cool.
Then going against Shreveport, obviously a tough opponent. Shreveport's one game behind you in the standings. I believe you're tied with OU. I mean, goes without saying how big this series is.
It's going to come down to the last weekend. There's a couple times throughout conference that we could have taken care of business. Yesterday, if we'd have taken care of business and against Southwest, did what we needed to do, but that's the way it rolls, and sometimes it happens, and then now you get yourself in a good situation where you got to go to Shreveport to play one of the better teams in the conference for sure. And if you want to win it, you got to go and you got to go through them. So let's go make it happen.
Yeah, thank you, Skunk.
You got it, man. Thank you.